So the cost of housing in Lexington, Kentucky has been on the rise, and the increase in the assessed value of housing mandated by the state statute and enforced by the property value administrator David O'Neill in Fayette County, coupled with the 11% increase in the local property tax rate by the Fayette County School Board, which is led by President Tyler Murphy, is making it even harder for low-income families to make ends meet. These increases are having a direct impact on housing affordability, and landlords are being forced to charge more rent to cover these additional costs. Now, according to a recent report, the median home value in Lexington has risen by 8.7% over the past year, which is significantly higher than the national average. This is largely due to the increase in construction and labor costs, which have made it more expensive to replace homes in the area. As a result, the assessed value of homes has increased, and homeowners are now required to pay higher property taxes. Now, while the increase in property taxes was necessary to fund some of the overpriced construction of Fayette County schools, the burden of these higher taxes falls disproportionately on low-income families who are already struggling to make ends meet. Now, landlords who must pay higher property taxes on their rental properties are being forced to raise the rents to cover their increased expenses. This, in turn, is making it even harder for low-income families to find affordable housing. The impact of these increases on low-income families cannot be overstated. For many families, the cost of housing is the single largest expense they face each month, and any increase in rent can have a significant impact on their ability to pay for other necessities like food, utilities, and health care. In many cases, families are forced to make difficult choices between paying rent or paying for other basic needs. This situation is not unique in Lexington, Kentucky. Across the United States, housing affordability has become a growing problem with low-income families facing increasing rents and a shortage of affordable housing options. While there is no easy solution to this problem, there are steps that can be taken to make housing more affordable for low-income families. One possible solution is to increase funding for affordable housing programs. These are such as vouchers or low-income housing tax credits. These programs provide financial assistance to low-income families to help them pay for housing and can make a significant difference in their ability to find and afford safe, decent housing. Another solution is to increase the availability of affordable housing options by encouraging the development of affordable housing units in areas where low-income families need them the most. This can be done through policies such as inclusionary zoning, which requires developers to set aside a portion of new housing units for low-income families. Now, in conclusion, the increase in the assessed value of housing and the property tax rates in Lexington, Kentucky is making it even harder for low-income families to find affordable housing. And landlords are now being forced to raise rents to cover their increased expenses. And this is putting a strain on the budgets of families who are already struggling to make ends meet. Now, while there is no easy solution to this problem, there are steps that can be taken to make housing more affordable for low-income families. And it is up to policymakers to take action to address this growing crisis. Thank you guys so much for listening in, and look for some of my other videos. Thanks.